Welcome back to my channel, the Business Nails, Jules Nails by Gal Jules Nails, and all the other things. And today we are going to be doing a video on textured nails. Now, as you can see, I am using my nail training hand, and the pinky is gone thanks to my puppy. All right, I will not get into details about that, but she's having a good time. Now, when I wanted to do this textured nail, I was thinking about a color that I could use where I had like the liner brushes and also the gel polish. So I looked for yellow, but then I realized I did not have any liner that was yellow. So I did not have a yellow nail art liner paint, gel paint that came in my kit, and I was out of luck, so I decided to improvise. So anyway, I started with the yellow, and the yellow, you know, it's a beautiful bright color. It is springtime, and I wanted something that will pop out. First, when I thought about doing this, I thought I was going to give it like a sunflower effect, and then I was trying to imagine in my mind how exactly I would do this. Now, I've done sunflowers before, but I've done them as far as 3D flowers, where I put a little sunflower on the side of the nail. But in this particular set, I was having a problem deciding what colors I should use for a sunflower. So I ended up thinking about doing another kind of flower. So it's kind of like a sunflower effect, but not so much like a sunflower effect. It's just more like a texturized garden effect. Let's put it at that. All right, so now, as you can see, I am actually using my D&D. I actually hate this gel polish. Really hate it, because if you try to do designs with this, it's a little bit too runny. But if you try to do like a full coat of nails, you know, then it'll be okay. So, but with D&D, I realized that it's very pigmented, and you know, it covers the nails very well, so I can't complain about that. But it's just me. I just think I just have an issue with gel polish. The best gel polish I've ever used is Gelase. And the reason why I say that, even though I purchased it and it's in a smaller bottle, it polishes like polish. Like, you could clean it up, and you know, it has no issues, and I don't have to put like 2 or 3 coats. I normally just put 1 coat, and it covers really well. And that's what I started with. So when I try other gel polishes, sometimes I do have an issue. The worst thing I can hate with gel polish is when it's like so translucent, where you have to put like 2, 3, or sometimes even 4 coats. Situations like that, I just get ticked off, and I just hate gel polish for that reason. But not to complain too much about gel polish, let's get into this texturized nail video. Alright, so as you can see, I really was having a hard time creating this line. My brush, I guess I just needed some patience. When it comes on to certain things, I don't have patience, and my right eye is not too good. Like, seriously, I had surgery on my eye like 3 years ago, and I am seeing a lot better, and I was seeing a lot worse. But for you to be a nail tech, you need good vision, because a lot of times, like these lines, you really have to focus. And since my eye surgery, I realized that my eye is just not what it used to be. So I'm really having a hard time with this straight line. Now, I could have just used a liner brush and do this instead, but like I said earlier, I did not have a liner in the kit that I had. It was just no yellow. And for you to do the texture, sometimes you need to put like the same color gel polish on top of the I guess the color gel that you're using. So in this case, I needed to put the yellow, and this brush that I'm using, it was actually the first time using it. The bristles was nice, it was just so stiff. So I really just had to improvise, right? When you're a nail tech, you could pretty much do anything. You just need some patience. And I guess I just didn't have patience this day when I was doing this. You know, I have no idea. It's just sometimes your mood can just be disturbed. But let's get back into the video and start talking about my mood. So as you can see, I managed to finish the line, and I'm actually putting some kind of lines on the side. Now, I did mess up at the top when I was actually starting out doing the little diamond shape, but I'm just not gonna let that bother me. I'm just gonna continue, because this video is to show texturization. Am I saying that right? Texturization. Okay, so this video is to show a texturized nails. So that is what I am doing. So forgive me if the lines are not perfect. This is not something I do all the time, but one of my my Instagram followers, she requested this and I thought it was a great idea. So I was getting a little practice, and at the same time I could do something real creative that I really liked. Right, so here I am. I'm almost finishing up the middle, and it's looking decent. I can't see 100%, but it's looking like 75%. That's good enough. So as you can see, my practice hand, I've had this for a while, and the thing that used to, my pet peeve with this used to be, if you notice how I'm using it, I just kind of put the nails on there and you're not seeing like a fingertip. So I just took the fingertips off because these nails, they used to fall out all the time. So what I did, I just kind of used that gummy tacky layer thing that you use for the press-on nails, and I just put it on there, and that's how I have the nails sticking on. And I just think that is a great idea. That tacky thing is almost like kind of like chewing gum. Anyways, that white dusty thing you see me pouring on there, that's actually clear acrylic. And what I did, I just put the clear acrylic over the wet gel polish, and that's how you get that texture. So now after that, I'm going to go ahead and place that in the lamp for about 60 seconds, and then I'm going to dust it off and everything should be nice. Yes, so that is the first finger, and then let's move on to this one. So remember I was telling you a little bit about the sunflower situation? Well, this is kind of like that situation. Now this is definitely not a sunflower because this is black, but it was like a little flower garden effect type of situation, what I was going for. So as you can see, I'm just placing dots along the corners of the nail, and what I'm going to do, I'm actually pulling these down to create some kind of a petal, and then there you go. It looks like a half a flower. It was that easy. Now this is not my original idea. I did get this from Artistic Nails by Marsha. I follow her on Instagram, and she did a great, awesome job on these. This is just a little copy of what she did. I'm trying to recreate. I mean, she did hers really perfect and nice. Mine is just like really right now struggling, but the struggle is getting real and it looks okay, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, she did a good job, so I got to give her credit to this. So now all I'm doing now, I'm just creating dots going along the center, and I'm just trying to curve these dots so it have some kind of a formation, and then I'm just gonna add my clear acrylic again, and I'm throwing this thing crazy. Like sometimes I could use a spoon or some kind of other container that I could pour, but this time I was just going crazy just using the cap, because I just want all that clear acrylic in there, because your girl was not playing. Okay, I was in for these textures nails today. All right, so on this nail, this was actually a struggle, and I was actually keeping my fingers crossed, because for me this line is kind of like a C French line, and back in the days when I learned how to do French, I didn't learn like this, right? So for me to do this, it was actually difficult. I was actually just trying my best, you know, making sure my hand is not shaky. When I tell you I was not moving, I was not moving. The only thing was moving on my body was my fingers. Okay. So once I created that C, now I'm just going in like making little swirls at the top. And this is actually a new design. And then, like I said again, from Artistic Nail by Marsha, this is one of her designs. Now, I did not see her do a tutorial on this. I just saw the picture and I thought it was beautiful. And when I went on YouTube, I see other people doing it, and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. This is definitely a thing that I should try. But like I said, I am not good at those C curves, so your girl is actually trying. Okay, so if it looks bad, let me know. Okay, but if it looks good and it's passable, please also let me know, so I know I'm just not a total failure with this texturized nail. Now, as you can see, once I put all that clear acrylic on there, I am putting it in my dryer. Yes, my little old faithful Melody Susie, and she has been rocking with me, and it is beautiful. I love that dryer so much. Now, as you can see, 60 seconds had passed, and I'm really just dusting off all that clear acrylic, the leftovers. I'm just dusting away. And as you can see, that one's a little bit wobbly. I'm trying to be careful not to touch anything, but everything should be completely dried. And if this was on a real customer, she would have been done. All right. So now for the thumb, I have no idea what I'm going to do. But I thought to myself, hey, Jules, since you already used the black, just go with some black, create some petals, and let's do some kind of texture. So I followed my first mind, and I'm going in with 3 little dots. As you can see, I'm really not using my dotting tool. I'm really just using my striper brush. And what I'm doing, I'm pulling the ends down, and I'm creating some kind of a V to the end to mimic like kind of a petal look, right? And once I'm doing that, I said, you know what, let me put some kind of vines or lines at the top and bottom, because I just didn't want it to just look like that. But the curves are looking good. It was really looking good. It kind of made me feel like an artist at this point, just, you know, just doing one of those abstract designs. That's just how this felt. It felt good. So once I'm doing this, I thought, you know what, let me put some matte top coat on here and just get this dried out so I could create like another dimension on top of that, right? So that's exactly what I did. So now once everything was dried, as you can see, everything looks matte. And I like matte because it kind of reminds me of like a cartoon effect. Like the matte dries the nails out so beautiful that it just have like a nice, I don't know how to say it, like a nice, maybe cartoonic look. That's a feel I get once I put the matte on there. So now I'm just going in with the white, and I'm trying to create like another level, right? Because we are doing textured nails. So the matte has it flat, and now I'm putting the white in there as another layer of texture. So now once I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna get some glitter and just kind of pour on there, and you know, kind of create this 3D effect of some kind of freestyle, some kind of, I mean, just something nice, right? So once I put the glitter on there, I'm dusting it off, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it back in my dryer for another 60 seconds, which is approximately 1 minute. So once that is completely dried, then we are all set. So now that we are done, I gotta tell you, I just went out my way, and once I did the white, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the finger, the other finger with the other petals, and it totally flopped. Like it flopped, and I was so angry. I was like, it was so cute. It was time for me to finish, and then I did too much. So now I have to do this finger all over again. So this is the second attempt. So this time I was actually doing it way better than the first time. So as you can see, I'm just putting the petals on again, right? So you could count with me. 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, about 4 petals. All right, so we're gonna put about 4 petals. Well, actually, we're not creating the petals yet. We are just creating the dots, and we're making sure that these dots are actually wet dots, right? And then after we're finished with that, we're gonna create some sort of a V. Now, if you know how to make a heart, then this is easy for you. 2 dots, pull the ends down, color the middle. That's a heart, right? But we're not creating a heart. So basically, we're just, you know, put the V's together at the end, and we're actually just separating the spaces. So we want space in between because we're making, like, you know, kind of like a half a flower. So that's exactly what's going on here. And like I said, I just had to do this twice because I actually messed it up. I should have followed my first, well, I followed my first, I think my second mind. I should have just left it like it was, but no, I wanted to add a white to it, and it totally just flopped. Like, or I mean, it didn't flop. I guess when I was going around the petals, it was just too wide, and it just didn't look good to me, and I just kind of wipe it off. I could have left it, but you know, I just wipe it off because I go by this, you know, if you're not gonna do something good, then don't do it at all. So that was the concept I had in my mind. Like, listen, Jules, if you're not gonna do this, just don't do it at all. So, you know, for me to just mess it up, I just had to do it over. And it was better just to do it over and had it looking good than try to cover up something messy, right? So like I said, now I'm just going in with the dots, trying to put the dots in there. And once I'm finishing the dots, I'm going to go for Old Faithful, that big bottle of acrylic. Yes, y'all, that is Mia's Secrets, the one and only 8 ounces of pure acrylic. Okay, clear acrylic. Like, you cannot do nails without having some clear acrylic on deck, definitely. So at this point, I am just getting loose with it. And do y'all see how much clear acrylic is in this jar top? I was making sure I did not miss anything because I was not going to do this over, right? So that's it. I have nothing else to say. Just continue watching the video to the end and you will see how these textured, beautiful nails came out. Very, very proud of myself for this. And this is definitely going to be a style I am going to be doing all spring long. So if y'all coming to get y'all nails done, just be prepared because your girl is gonna have this flower garden, and it is real. The girl who did this first, she did not name this. She just had it as, I guess, textured nails or matte flower, I don't know, but I'm gonna name it. So moving forward, this design I'm gonna call the flower garden. All right, so if you like this and you want to recreate this design, please just give me some credits, and it is called the flower garden. All right, so y'all could tag the flower garden. All right, so there you go. I mean, this is looking good. Like, look at the texture on these. Like, look, now y'all see the design with the glitter? Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice one. Yep. And the little flower garden right there, and the texturized one right there, and everything is just texturized. Like, these are actually 3-dimensional nails. Like, when you feel them, you can actually, you know, you could feel like something popping out the nails. So this is it, and I hope you guys like it. Like, share, and comment below, and let me know what y'all think. I really just stick these on my hand, right? They're not done on my hands. I just stick them on there because I just wanted you to see how it looks on the hands. So I guess this will be like a press on nail type of situation, but these are cute, y'all.